So there's a problem with the WNBA, and I think in the last few weeks it's been shown more and more in the media and in the league and just how it's covered. Going back to this Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark thing to start off, flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark was a basketball play. Nobody cares. Why are two grown men beefing about snow bunny chasing, having white baby mamas, who still likes black women, and who hates Caitlin Clark and who doesn't? I know this all started because Robert Griffin III made a very irrational comment where he said Caitlin Clark is hated on, or Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, and it's very apparent. Brother, it was a hard basketball foul. I've reacted on the court for more when people did less to me, and in my opinion, it's very weird seeing athletes have very visceral reactions to what they did in their day when they were playing. Like, brother, this is just competitive scrims. I don't know why this is such a hard thing for you to digest, but I digress though. That whole thing blew up. Now it's this Rakia Jackson situation that's brewing where she took the Los Angeles Sparks out of her bio. Her friend is dissing Dearica Hamby. She's basically saying that Hamby, or accusing Hamby of being silent when there's malpractice in the Sparks organization, but when the Aces were doing X, Y, and Z to Dearica Hamby, she had a lot more vocality about the situation. But when it's happening to one of her teammates and not her, she's not really the person doing that. This whole conversation about the WNBA in the last few recent months, it's been about Reese, Clark, it's been about viewership, it's been about race. Why are we not talking about the players? Why are we not showcasing and highlighting the talent of these women? Why are we not talking about the Washington Mystics having two of the best rookies in the league, Sonia Citron and Kiki Farm? Why are we not talking about that? Why are we still... I saw Ryan Clark post something 3 days ago about this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark situation that happened a week and a half prior to 3 days ago. It's over 2 weeks old now. Why are we having conversations about everything but the actual sport? Why are we not talking about the Minnesota Lynx being 7-0? Why are we not talking about Kyla McBride getting her shot back? Why are we not talking about Courtney Williams' IQ being better? Nafisa Collier being a beast? Why are we not talking about what happened to the Connecticut Sun? They used to be a top-tier team. Not a walking highlight. They just got 50 balled in a WNBA game. 19 threes were just made in a WNBA game not even 2 weeks ago. These are things that are not getting talked about. The problem with the WNBA is they don't know how to market their actual sport, and in turn, the fans don't know how to have any adequate or meaningful conversations about the sport, which is then reflected by the media. Why are we making false reports on social media that the Sky and the Fever, there was racial tensions in the game? It was a flight reacts noise when Angel Reese was at the free throw line. That's not a monkey noise. The coach nor the players reported anything, but the WNBA is trying to jump at these chances. It's kind of like the incubator effect that Candace Parker was talking about a few weeks ago, because the conversations around the WNBA have been so negative in recent memory. Now that it's blowing up, and rightfully so, these women are hoopers, they're trying to protect and police every single thing. Here's my take on it. Trolls come with the sport. It comes with your sport getting bigger and better. Now you have to figure out how to market. Clark may have brought down the doors to get y'all in there. Now it's cool. Look at how many other awesome things we have. Even on the WNBA media post, dog, they post about Clark doing great things. I think that's amazing. But we also have to highlight the talent in the league as well. The Atlanta Dream are doing great things. The Atlanta Dream, I don't even think got a post outside of the final score after they had 5 starters in double figures and had a comeback against the Indiana Fever. Y'all don't know how to market the sport. It's like y'all weren't ready to actually be on prime time. So now, not only do we have that, we have 3rd and 4th first round draft picks getting cut from these teams, from these expansion teams. We need roster size expansion. We need rosters on different teams. Like I said, that's a part of the expansion in general. But it's like you got to this position where now you're in a position to blow up, but you fumble because you actually don't know what to do. And again, the league can control the narrative about their product, but everything is being marketed in a much more dramatic way than it needs to be. It's basketball. It's athletes competing. This is what happens. This is completely fine. We don't need media personalities talking about this for a week. And I understand Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they don't really have history. It's that one moment, and I wish people moved past it, including some of the people involved in that moment, because realistically, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If athletes being athletes makes you that mad, why are you watching sports? Why are we caring so much when women are athletes? Why are we caring? They're competitive just like us. They're professional athletes, bro. Who cares? Talk about the great stuff they're doing in the league. Stop talking about it from a perspective like this is a reality show or this is some form of drama. Talk about teams doing great things in the league and talk about the storylines in the league, because they're great storylines in the league. You just have to actually watch the sport and the way the sport is covered and the way the sport is talked about. Clearly, it is from a lot of people who tuned in for one narrative and did not actually do the due diligence to educate themselves on the sport. When I was growing up and I had a new hobby or a new niche interest, I would educate myself on it so much to the point I knew it like the back of my hand. You have to force people to want to learn more about the game, but in that you have to grow it. You have to be posting a lot more. You have to be posting a lot more about the sport. I think that the WNBA Countdown crew is great. Have more of that. Market the sport fairly and justly, because I'm tired of seeing a sport that has everything needed to take off and blow up really shoot itself in the foot because the league doesn't know how to handle just competitive nature. The league doesn't know how to market, and then in turn, that influences the fans and the journalists. You need to be ready for these types of moments. You need roster expansions, you need expansion teams in general, and then from there, we'll see all of this talent shown at a high level, and these women can finally get their due. With that being said, though, guys, that is going to do it for us today. Again, as always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow all of these socials in the description of this video to get more of me, more of Daniel, more of Rois, more of Marcus, and more of Samajai. Again, as always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, etc., Medium, whatever is in the description. Go follow that, and we will see you all in the next one.